think I need a sip of coffee. Even though I've been doing this for almost 3 years now, I'm oftentimes still a bit nervous. I don't know why. Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. My name is Elli, I'm a long distance hiker and backpacker, and over the last couple of years I've walked a couple of thousand kilometers with my dog Otto, and for the last 2 years I've done a sort of gear review video at the end of the year, and that's the topic of today's video as well. I want to share with you 5 items that I discovered this year, that I've used for the first time this year, and rate how I like them, if I will continue using them. Then I've picked out 5 all-stars that have been in my kit list for a couple of years, but I still enjoy very much and I want to share those. And then last but not least, I want to share a couple of gear items that I got new over the past couple of days, couple of weeks, that I haven't used that much, obviously, but that I'm really excited to try out in 2026. So let's jump right in. Before starting this video, I just want to clarify that this video is not sponsored. Almost everything that I'm showing you today has been bought with my own money. But full disclaimer, I got a few things for free to try them out. But as always, I'm giving my honest opinion, and I'm going to put a little note on screen when I'm talking about those items that have been gifted to me. If you've watched my videos for a little while, you probably know that I'm quite minimalist. I don't own a lot of different gear. I don't switch out gear that much. Basically, if I found something that I love, that's durable, that suits my needs for hiking, for backpacking, I'm mainly sticking with it. So typically there's not that much change in my backpacking kit list. But still, in 2025, I tried out a few new items that I want to share with you and rate how I like them, if I will keep using them going forward. Number 1 has been quite a big change because it's one of the so-called big 4, and that's my new tent. I started using the Durston X-Dome 1 Plus, which is a freestanding tent. I actually made a detailed video last week comparing the X-Dome 1 to the Durston X-Mid 1 that I've been using for the past 3 years, that I also really like. But this year, as I said, I've been using the Durston X-Dome for most of my hikes actually, and I'm really happy with it. It held up great. There's a ton of space inside, which I really enjoyed, having enough space for Otto and everything. So that has been a new item that I'm very happy with and that I will definitely keep using next year too. Number 2 is actually also kind of a big deal as well, because it's also a important part of my kit list, and that is that I tried out a new stove this year for the first time in several years actually. I switched, or I tried out an alcohol stove. I got the Featherlight 700 from Wildside Adventure, which is a little cottage brand based in Scotland, and they make this little alcohol stove that I found very convenient. I've talked about it in another video. It's really easy to use. It's not, you can't basically spill it. There's some ceramic wool inside, so you can't spill it when it's burning. It's easy to blow out like a candle. And it's not just the burner, but it also comes with this windshield, which is really lightweight. The entire setup weighs just, I think, 145 or 50 grams, but it's very lightweight. I really enjoyed how lightweight it is, how silent it is, because obviously you don't hear anything compared to like a gas stove. And I really like that bioethanol compared to gas and gas canisters is a renewable fuel source. So really enjoyed that. It's a lot cheaper as well. So this has been a really big surprise. It's a really great piece of gear that I will definitely keep using next year as well. Item number 3 is a water filter. After using the Soya Micro Squeeze for a couple of years, I switched to the Pure Clear filter this year, as opposed to, for example, the Soya Micro Squeeze. It doesn't only filter bacteria, viruses, but also waterborne diseases, parasites, microplastics, heavy metals, endotoxins, trace pharmaceuticals, and yeah, a lot more, which I really like. I think that's very convenient. Not all filters do that, but yeah, the Pure Clear does. I've been really happy with it. It's basically like a little soft flask, and then that's the actual filter, basically like a cartridge that you can attach to the filter bottle. They recommend that you switch out the cartridge after 200 liters or 2 months, which obviously is quite a lot. I think it costs about £15, so it's not cheap, but obviously water is very important. Not getting any bacteria, viruses, etc. is very important, and you can also prolong the life of these filters if you really thoroughly try it out after you've been using it. So whenever I finished a trip and I have a day or two of rest, something like that, I just take out the filter and let it really air dry completely, because obviously if it's still wet and you pack it away, viruses, bacteria can grow in the filter and it will not be as safe. So I've been using it a bit longer than 2 months at a time, but yeah, as I said, definitely make sure to try it out between different uses. Number 4 of my new gear items is a new pair of rain pants. I feel like it's a very crucial part of my kit list, especially if you're mostly hiking in the UK. And for the last couple of years, I've had a really cheap pair of cycling rain pants, but they were quite long, and I'm rather short, so it always was a bit too long going over my shoes. So I picked up a new pair of rain pants in the beginning of this year. They are the Patagonia Torrentshell 3L, and I really liked them. They didn't let me down once. They have short sizes too, so there's long versions, regular, and then short for shorter people like myself, which is really nice. And I really enjoyed the zipper that basically goes up almost the entire leg. They are adjustable around the hip, which is really nice. They have pockets, which also my other pair of rain pants didn't have. I've washed them and re-waterproofed them with Tech Wash. And yeah, they've been holding up great, no issues with it or anything. And then the last item that I want to talk about that I got new this year is an item that I'm not 100% happy with, but it's quite popular, so I still want to share my opinion. And that is the Alpha 90 Polartec hoodie by Senchi Designs. They're quite popular for their really lightweight fleece, and I've been using a Polartec Alpha fleece hoodie for the last couple of years. This one, the blue one that you probably have seen me wearing in dozens of my videos. This one, the one I had before, was handmade by a small German cottage company, and I really enjoyed it, but they are no longer in business. And I wanted to get a new one because this one, after thousands of kilometers, it had a couple of smaller holes. It shrunk a little bit after a lot of washes, so I thought I might try a new brand. And I got the Alpha 90 hoodie from Senchi Designs. It's the same material, Polartec Alpha, which is a really thin, lightweight, breathable fleece. It has a little quarter zip, which I really like as well. It has thumb holes. So in theory, this looked really great, and I was really excited to try it. It wasn't cheap at all. It cost almost 100 euros, I think, with import taxes, shipping and everything. But for the price of it and for the experience that I've had with the same material before with the other brand, I don't know, it just didn't held up great. As you can probably see, it looks quite worn already. There's like pilling, little fibers coming off. It actually had a couple of holes already where the seams weren't that well made. And I accidentally ripped one seam open by accident, basically. So you can see it looks pretty worn already. And that started basically right away after only a couple of uses, after only one wash. You can see here there's all those little pilling knots, little things like that. And obviously that is to be expected if you wear it a lot with a backpack. But I think I'm just a bit disappointed because I didn't have that with my other hoodie that is the same material, and I don't really know what happened. I treated them the same way. It just looks a lot more worn than it actually has been worn. I don't know. I like the color, I like the fit and everything, but for the rest, I just have mixed opinions, to be honest. So if you know another brand, preferably in the EU or in the UK, that makes these kind of hoodies definitely let me know, because I feel like this will not last as long as my last one, because it's basically starting to already come apart a bit here and there. I don't know. The only other option that I've seen so far is the OMM Core hoodie, but I don't really like the design with the different colors, but I don't know, maybe I just should go for that one. I will obviously keep using it, but yeah, not too happy about how durable it has been this year. So onto the next category of this videos that I'm calling my all-stars of 2025. It's basically things that I really love. And as I've said earlier, all my kit is pretty dialed in. There's not a lot of change. So obviously I really enjoy all of my kit. Otherwise I would have changed it by now. But I just want to go over a couple that, yeah, just stood out this year for their durability or for whatever reason. Things that I bring on all my hikes that I really, really enjoy using. Number one is my quilt. I've talked about it before, but I'm still so happy. It's still one of my all-time favorite pieces of kit. I've had the same quilt for over 2 years. I'm using it on all my hikes. It's made by Creme Expert and I really enjoy it a lot. It's really easy to wash. I wash it about 2 times a year. The filling has not clumped or anything. It didn't get any punctures by Otto's paws. It's really easy to brush off dirt or anything. One of my all-time favorites for sure. Then number 2 of my all-stars this year are my hiking socks. I've been using Darn Tough hiking socks for the last couple of years. I've gone through a couple of pairs already. I have longer socks for at night or when it's cold. I have shorter crew length, I think that's how you call them, socks. And they are great in my opinion. They're cushioned, but there also are thinner, more lightweight options for running too. And what I'm most impressed with is that they guarantee their socks for life. So you basically never have to buy a new sock again, because if you get a hole in them, you can just email their customer support, no matter if you bought the socks directly from their website or from an online retailer in the shop. Doesn't matter, you just send them an email with a picture of the sock and the hole obviously, and then once it's approved you will get the price of the sock as a store credit and you can just order a new pair. And I did that 3 times so far. They are holding up so well, but obviously if you're doing thousands of kilometers they probably will get holes at some point, but you don't have to ever buy a sock again, which I really like. Number 3, and I've already talked about these a lot, but they're still my favorite, are my hiking shoes. I'm still using the Altra Olympus trail running shoes for hiking. They have been great. I always get a new pair. And the new model, the Olympus 6, that I think came out late last year, they are even better because they have like reinforced part at the heel, which is where most trail runners just wear out the quickest, because it's where your Achilles rubs all the time. So they have reinforced this part for the new model, which is great. As you can see, there's no material coming off. It's still overall in great condition. Obviously the grip is not great anymore, the cushion is worn out, but still these held up great for hundreds of kilometers this year. I always get a new pair like I did this year a couple of weeks ago. Haven't worn these yet, but these will be my shoes for next year. Number 4 are my insulation pants. I've talked about these in my gear review video at the end of last year, but they're still my favorite. They are so comfy. Discovering insulation pants has been such a game changer for winter hikes, but also in spring if it's still cold. They're just so comfy. They're really lightweight. They're also made with an Apex filling, so it's a synthetic material. They're really lightweight, they're wind resistant. Really enjoy those. They're also made by Creme Expert, the same company that also made my quilt. Really love those. And the last piece of gear in my all-stars list has to be my power bank. This Powerbank has literally been with me for 3 years now, in temperatures below 0 degrees, in damp, really cold weather. I got it from Amazon. The brand is called INIU, and it has 25,000 milliampere, which is obviously quite big. It weighs 450 grams, but for filming, editing, obviously I need a bit more power. So I've been using this for the past couple of years. What I really like is that it charges really quickly. If you have the right wall charger, it can charge with up to 65 watts. So with the right wall charger, that can basically give the power bank 65 watts. This baby can basically fully charge in less than 2 hours, which is great. Can't recommend it enough. It just worked very well for me. I know there are a lot of different brands out there, but yeah, just wanted to shout this one out because I'm really, really happy with it. It never let me down. Now for the last part of this video, I want to share a couple of new additions to my kit that I'm really excited to try out over the next couple of months in 2026. Number one is a new pair of hiking shoes of Trailrunners. As I said, I'm really, really happy with the Altra Olympus 6, but obviously they're quite big and bulky. And yeah, I picked them when I had plantar fasciitis because I really needed a lot of cushion, but I always thought, okay, since my issues have gone away with stretching, exercise and everything, I always wondered if I could go a bit lighter on the cushion again. So I picked up the Altra Timp 5. I'm really excited to try those out. They're also zero drop, same with the Olympus 5. They have this white toe box too, but they have a bit less cushion. They're not as high. I think they're halfway between the Altra Lone Peak, which don't have that much cushion, just a tiny little bit, and the Altra Olympus that have a big amount of cushion there. Right in the middle, which I think might be a really good fit for me. They're obviously a bit lighter than the Altra Olympus. So that's definitely something that I'm going to test out in 2026. Number two, and that's actually a big game changer for me, is that I picked up a new GPS watch. I got the Suunto Race S secondhand a couple of weeks ago, but in really good condition. And what's really nice about it is that you can use it for navigation too. It has a color display. You can load, there are maps on it. You can load GPS tracks, and you can really get not just that line that you have with other watches, or that with the watch that I had before, but you can see contour lines, trails, everything. So I'm really excited to try it out, not just for recording my hikes, but also for navigation. I don't know if I will like it. I don't know how the battery life is if I'm really out for a couple of days at a time. So far, it has been great. So this is definitely something I'm really interested about, to see if I would really switch to a watch when it comes to navigation instead of my phone. Number three of the gear items that I got new recently is a new headlamp. I got the tiny Helio 600 from Flextail. If you've watched my other videos, you know that I really enjoyed the tiny zero pump for inflating, deflating my sleeping pad. And when I saw the headlamp, I thought, okay, this looks really interesting. It only weighs 65 grams, which is a bit heavier than my other one that I had before, the Petzl Bindi, but it also has more lumens. It has 600 lumens, and it has quite a long battery life. You can recharge the battery via USB-C, which is really great. But you can also take out the battery and recharge it separately. So if you have two of them, you can basically charge one while you're using the other one in here. And it's actually the same battery that the tiny zero pump uses too. So this is really great because you can switch them out, charge one, use the other. It has different light modes, one going straight down to your feet, just a very small beam of light, and then there's another one that basically gives you a really wider light to see the environment as well. And you can also adjust the brightness. There's a red light, of course. So I'm really excited about using that. I've been using it for my runs now that it's dark so early. A couple of times, really, really enjoyed it. For the lowest brightness setting, it actually lasts up to 100 hours, which is incredible. And I really like those little details, because when I first got it, I was seeing this and I thought, okay, I might have to take a coin with me for hiking, for running, to basically open this battery slot thing. But it turns out that you can use this thing that adjusts the headband. You can just use this side to open the slot for the battery, which is, I think, is really genius. Just one of those little details that, yeah, I really like. It looks like a great piece of kit, and yeah, really happy to try this out. And then the last new item that I just got a couple of days ago is also from Flextail, the Zero Power Powerbank. As you can see, it's so small, smaller than my hand. It's really thin and it's so lightweight. This is a 10,000 milliampere power bank. I think one of the lightest, if not the lightest on the market at the moment. It weighs 145 grams. The outer material is made from carbon. It seems really durable. It's water resistant. It's supposed to work great in really cold weather too. I just really like the haptics of it. And yeah, it seems so well thought out. The design is great. And what I really like is that it locks in the last 10% of the charge. So the entire charge is not used at once, but it always will keep a little percentage so that you can at least charge your phone for a tiny little bit in an emergency, which I think is really great. Can't wait to use this on my next hikes. I'm not being sponsored by Flextail or anything. I just really enjoy their products. I also have the Max Lantern and the shower for my van that I really enjoyed using this year too. So if you want to have a look around and get something from them, they gave me a discount code, which is Elli15, which will give you 15% off anything, not just the power bank or the headlamp, the pump, but just anything off their site. I'm going to link it down below. This is it for this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have discovered any new gear items this year that you really enjoyed using, or things that you didn't enjoy at all. I'm really interested to hear about your experience. Thank you so much for watching. Happy hiking, and I see you next time.